Parent Guide for Reading a MAP Score Report. The Measures of Academic Progress Test, commonly referred to as MAP, is an assessment that provides students, parents, teachers, and administrators with information on student progress and performance in math and reading. The purpose of this video is to assist parents in understanding the Student Progress Report that is distributed by our schools. The Student Progress Report shows a student's performance on recent test administrations. There are a few key terms to know before we get started. NWEA is the Northwest Evaluation Association. This is the company that creates the MAP test. RIT, R-I-T, is your student score on each test. This score is intended to be set up in a way that allows the person reading the report to compare a student's RIT scores in different years to see how a student is progressing over time. Percentile rank. The percentage of students in the same grade level who had a RIT score less than or equal to this student's score according to NWEA. The top of the report contains information on the student's progress in mathematics. The bottom of the report contains information on the student's progress in reading. Whether you are looking at mathematics or reading, one of the first items to review is the series of bar graphs on the left-hand side of the report. Bar graphs are arranged in clusters of 3. The clusters are set up so that the most recent administrations are on the right and the oldest administrations are on the left. The test administrations are also labeled below each cluster. The number in the label represents the year. The letter in the label represents the time of year, fall, winter, or spring. For example, SP18 means spring 2018, FA17 means fall 2017, and W17 means winter 2017. Each cluster of 3 bar graphs contains 3 different pieces of information about one test administration. This includes your child's RIT, the bar graph on the left side of the cluster, the district's RIT average, the bar graph in the middle of the cluster, and the average score for students who were in the same grade and who tested in the same term, the bar graph on the right side of the cluster, as observed in the NWEA norm study. Reports sent home in the fall also contain a bar graph filled with dashed lines. This bar graph is typically on the right side of the bar graphs. It is intended to indicate that NWEA projects your child's score will be when the test is taken again in the spring. This projection is based on each student's actual RIT score in the fall and on the average RIT growth of students who were in the same grade and who tested in the same term. The average growth projection comes from the NWEA norm study. This bar graph does not appear on the spring progress report. Below the bar graphs, you will find a summary of the student's performance in specific areas. These are labeled as mathematics or reading goals performance. Next to these areas, you will see scores such as low, low average, average, high average, and high. These scores indicate the following. Low, student goal scores are lower than the 21st percentile. Low average, student goal scores fall within the 21st to the 40th percentile. Average, student goal scores fall within the 41st to 60th percentile. High average, student goal scores fall within the 61st to the 80th percentile. High, student goal scores fall within the 81st percentile or higher. If goal performance cannot be calculated, an asterisk appears. The student may have answered too many items incorrectly, too few items may have been available in the RIT range assessed, or norms data for percentiles may be unavailable. For the reading test, one additional piece of information appears with the goal performance. This is the Lexile range. This is a point of information that can be used with online resources to identify appropriately challenging books, periodicals, and other reading material for each student. The chart on the right-hand side of the graph depicts the same information as the bar graphs, but this information is in numerical form and contains a few more details. The chart identifies what the actual RIT growth for your child is and also shows the growth projection. If the RIT growth is equal to or greater than the growth projection, your child is meeting or exceeding the growth determined by NWEA. The final column in the chart is the percentile range, and it contains a series of 3 numbers. The number in the middle is this student's percentile rank. The MAP test is one tool that School District 5 uses to help students, teachers, parents, and administrators understand a child's progress in reading and mathematics. If you have any questions about your student's academic progress or performance, please contact your child's teacher or principal. For more information, please visit the NWEA Parent Toolkit, which is referenced on your screen.